ain't a word. It sounds like a word to me. It starts here and ends here. Ain't. Let's take a closer look at the word ain't, and we'll see if there's any validity to this argument that ain't is not a word. Ain't is originally a contraction for am not that can include is not, are not, has not, and have not in common dialect. It is also used to contract do not, does not, and did not. I don't know if that makes it not a word, but it sounds like a useful whatever it is to me. So we'll take all those. Origin and early usage. Ain't arose towards the end of the 18th century, a period that marked the development of most of the English contracted verb forms, such as can't, don't, and won't. You know all about those already. The form first appeared in print in 1685 in a Latin text regarding English variability. I don't know what variability means. The variant A-N'-T, that's with no I in it, arose in speech around the same time and is still commonly used in parts of England. Ain't, that's that guy, appears first in print in works of Restoration playwrights. It is seen first in 1695. Ain't that. Suggested the one that became the expression am not. But as early as 1696, just 1 year later, Sir John Van Berg used the form for are not. Specifically, those shoes ain't ugly, but they don't fit me. Sounds like a word. It's old. Most words are pretty old. So it's not like it's just some new word that just popped up this year, because there are a few of those which I also think are good words and we should probably add them, but maybe we'll wait and see if they hang around. But it's been around since 1690 something. It has a meaning, it has a spelling, it can be derived from earlier terms, it popped up around the same time as all the other contractions. So I'm not really seeing a reason there why it's not a word. I am seeing that it's not used. It doesn't scream intelligence. You say ain't, you don't sound like the smartest person in the whole world. But is that really a reason to make it not a word? Just because it's not an intelligent word. Doofus is not an intelligent word either, but it's still a word. Let's take a little closer look at their arguments. Critics say frequently that ain't is a marker of molecular or common speech. So because something's common meaning popular, well-liked, used often. This is what common means. It means that a lot of people use it. So because it's common speech, it's not a word. Makes sense to you? This little justification remains a widespread belief that it's not a word or incorrect. During the 19th century, the rise of prospective usage writers ain't fell under attack again. Came up to rights. Usage writers did not know or pretended not to know what ain't was a contraction for. Pretended as a vulgarism, which actually made it more popular, and that's actually the root of why it's used for so many different contractions. Does not, have not, ain't not. Isn't. Why it can replace all those is because people said it was bad, so people are using it more. That's what made it popular in the first place. Aint is also found to be a stereotype word in most people in the southeastern United States and is commonly used in more casual conversation settings, more day-to-day life. Real people, not scholars. Modern usage notes, dictionaries, notes that aint is used in self-conscious way by some speakers and writers for deliberate effect. What Oxford American Dictionary describes as tongue-in-cheek or reserved snobbery, and what, whatever, you get the idea. People use it for effect. You know, I have somebody saying, "Damn shoes ain't ugly, but they don't fit me." Then you use ain't, not are not. It doesn't have the same effect as are not. So it has a connotation, a denotation. Not seeing why it's not a word. The dictionary, or to be more specific, the dictionary, says that it's from the earliest contractions of are not and am not, historically preserved in many English dialects, but not in southeastern England, which became the standard. It can be contracted for a lot of other things we already went over. Without the I, A-N-T, is a shortened for are not. So basically, are not is A-R-E-N-O-T. You take out the O, the R, and the E. A-N-T. Ain't, and you put a little apostrophe in there. Okay, let's look at the definition of a word then. Because I see no reason in what ain't is to say that ain't is a word. So maybe we'll look at what the definition of a word is, and somewhere we'll find somewhere where they don't match up. From Middle English, to speak, word, words, plural, a distinct unit of language, sounds in speech or written letters, with a particular meaning. Distinct unit of language. Distinct unit, got spaces around it. Sounds in speech or written letters. Got a sound. With a particular meaning. Then it has meaning, because you can understand what I'm saying. Still looking like a word to me. Yeah, typical word, because it's root and stem. We already looked up the root. Still looking like a word. Let's look at contraction. Maybe it's not a contraction. Grammar. A contraction is a formation of a new word from one or more individual words. This often is a result of common speech definition. Contraction is shortening of words, syllables, or word groups by omission of internal letters. Are not. Still get the A, still get the T. Internal letters are removed. Got that. That's what a contraction is. So, just because it's not completely proper academic English doesn't mean that it's not proper common English. As far as I can tell, it's a perfectly suitable word. I say it's a word. They're all words. The meaning made of letters. You can say it, you can write it, you can spell it. It's a word. I'm looking at a lot of different things here, and it looks to me like it's a word. Why ain't a word?